Do you ever just feel off the pace or not have enough time to practice, but you've got a race coming up? Or just simple as you need a setup? I've got just the app that'll help you. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a slightly different one. We're going to be going over the app which has gained me some lap time. This season in iRacing, I've been competing in the Porsche Cup. When I started out, I was useless. Just always finishing at the back, not able to keep up with anyone, and just not enjoying it as much as I should. Now, as we've seen over the last 2-3 weeks, pace has started to pick up and we're competing. When we start at the back deliberately, we're able to get into that top 10, and when we actually qualify, we're up there and we're fighting for a top spot. I'm still in the hunt for a podium, but we're miles on from where we were. I can only put the increase in pace down to one thing, and that's Coach Dave Academy. Since I got it, it has been very easy to match up some pace with those top runners, and it's really helping because, as you may have heard, I'm a uni student, I've got other stuff going on in my life, so I don't have a lot of time for sim racing or making content. But I enjoy it too much to just not do it. So being able to use Coach Dave Academy, learn a track very quickly, and even gain some pace whilst I'm in a race, or just after my race to go into my second race, has been really, really helpful. Now, this isn't sponsored, this isn't an ad, I'm nowhere near big enough to get any, but I just thought I would share with you guys what has gained me pace and what is making me an overall faster and better sim racer. So as you can see here, we're on the homepage for Coach Dave Academy. Now, or Coach Dave Delta, shall I say. As we can see, we have 5 sim racing titles. We've got Le Mans Ultimate, we've got iRacing, we've got ACC, Ted Corset, and Automobilista 2. That is a really good range of sim racing titles. Realistically, I'll only be using 3. Now, as you can see, down at the bottom, it has sessions. Here, you can see I've done a wee bit of practice at Road America. Now, I got Coach Dave Delta a while back. The date's there. I didn't really know what I was doing with it, I won't lie. But this was when I was playing Le Mans Ultimate, and I think I just jumped on to ACC just to test it out. But now that I do, going back to them would be a lot more fun and I'd know what I'm doing. But in my opinion, this is a good range of sim titles. So now I've got Coach Dave for a year subscription. I'm using it mainly for iRacing, but if we ever go back to Le Mans Ultimate or ACC, we've got something. We've got setups and lap times to go off of. Now, let's talk about the pricing. Coach Dave Academy is £110 for the year, or £12 a month. I don't think is that bad. For everything that you get, it's pretty good. You get 5 main titles, 6 if you include Gran Turismo 7. That wasn't on the homepage, so I don't know what that's about, but you get 5 main sim racing titles. You get esports setups, data analysis, AI coaching, and leaderboards. Now, I mainly just use these 2, but I would like to give those 2 a go at some point. Built into the membership, you get the Neverlift Sim Racing course, weekly group coaching, which I might have to do a bit of digging into, 10% off coaching and Azatec gear, and access to the SimGrid Pass. Now, personally, I've only used these 2 so far, and I think that alone is worth it. You're into sim racing, especially iRacing, you know it's expensive anyway, so why not just pay a wee bit more to get more out of your sim racing experience? Personally, I like trying to be the best that I can at anything that I do. So having something where I'm watching professionals do their lap time, give lap guides, and have their telemetry and data to look at, that makes it a lot easier, in my opinion. Now, talking about telemetry, we jump in, you can see Analyze Session. Click that, and it's going to load us up into the sim. Over at the left, we've got what track, game, time, all the stuff to do with the track. And then we've got our timing, our driving, and our data. Now, timing gives us all of our stints here, and it gives us our lap times here. But where it really gets interesting is when we go to driving. Got a really nice, simple to use display. Again, up the top, tells us everything we need to know about the track. Shows us what our tyres were like, sectors, stints again, all over here. But where it really gets in is when you can click load, go to pro, and you can compare yourself with some of these pros. Click compare, and straight away, our deltas are overlapped. Now, this lap time isn't the best because if anyone has had a look at Road America this week, the track is pretty patchy. So, lap times this week are going to be a lot slower than the pro drivers. But as you can see here, you can just drag your mouse across. Straight away, I can see right here, if this was dry, be able to pick up the throttle so much quicker than right now. All the way up, even down to here, pretty lined up. But still, money on the table. This feature is possibly the one that I use the most, and I think it's the most helpful for me. But obviously, you're able to drag it across. But even down here, you can click sectors, and you're going to get a wee breakdown of how you can be faster, telling us that I braked 5 meters earlier than the reference, and it may have been too delayed and cost us time. Scroll down, entry, my entry speed was 14 kilometers an hour slower. That is a lot of time left on the table. I turn in 7 meters later than reference, so I'm getting less time to get the car straightened out and on power. And on exit, I was 12 meters after the reference. Now, you think that's only 2/10 on exit. That's then almost 4/10 on entry. And then braking, that's 2/10. That adds up to 6/10, which is a lot of time. Whilst we're here though, we can also switch between the reference of me and the professional. But also, if we jump over here, we can see data. This is going to show us like our throttle, our speed, braking, everything. We've got gearing, RPM, fuel, how much steering input's getting used. Now, having all of this under one app and under one section, it's really nice, easy, and it helps a lot, especially when you've not got a lot of time or you just want to get pretty quick. Now, I do have one critique about this, the track map. I really enjoy this, being able to see the track, where they're braking, where I'm braking. But I would love if it was an overlay of the actual racetrack that we're racing on. Just so that, like, here, I can see how far out are they going. Like, almost like a Google Map style. Now, I don't know how easy or hard things like this are to do. But I feel like that could make this a good bit better. Just being able to see how far are they pushing this out here. How far can you push this? But also being able to just visually have markers. So it's all good saying brake here. Where is here? This is one of two critiques I have for Coach Dave Delta. Second one we'll get into a bit later in the video. Now, I'd just like to talk about setting this up. This was by far the easiest sim racing app I have set up. All you have to do is come into the settings cog down here, select what sim you want to use, and all you have to do for setups is change the install directory. And all you have to do is find where you have iRacing installed on your PC. Easy as that. Telemetry is easy as well. They have a YouTube video explaining how to do this for all their sim titles. It is literally as easy as turning on a game setting and it automatically do everything else for you. If we jump into the sim and we find Porsche Cup, we go to test drive. So we've got iRacing loaded up, and automatically Coach Dave has loaded up a new session. Up here you can see it's collecting data. It's got everything from the sim that I can possibly drag, including for our current session. Now if we go over here, I haven't actually clicked anything to load a setup. When I click garage, my setups, I have all of this. The main Coach Dave Academy, but they've also created folders. So currently we're in, it's 2025 and it's season 4 Porsche Cup series. So we now have every setup from this season. You can go to Road America and they're named very, very well. You can find a naming scheme on their website, but for a quick breakdown, we've got qualifying, we've got qualifying safe, got technically what is sprint because it's not an endurance. So I've got sprint 1, sprint safe, got wet qualifying safe, wet sprint, and wet sprint safe. And all I have to do is double click. That's fine to show, I'm pretty sure. And all of this is applied. So all I have to do is click apply, test, and I can go out on track. Simple as that. So I can just go out. As you can see, it's patchy like I said. But I can go out. I can go do my lap. And then I can come in and straight away analyse the data that I'll have from this lap. As we butcher a corner. So as you can see, it was picking up sector 1, but we didn't complete the lap. There is one thing that I forgot to mention though. If you go over to this driving tab, here you have a link to a hot lap and a lap guide. This will automatically load up YouTube onto the video. This is, I'm pretty sure this is already on the YouTube channel and that is accessible by anyone. But having this doesn't quite help you to the level which the app helps you. The app with the overlay and the delta can give you so much more, I think, from the videos, but the combination works really, really well. And Matt, thank you because you have gained me so much time over the last 3 weeks. So, all in all, I think Coach Dave Academy can make you a quicker driver, without a doubt. As I've seen, I wasn't going anywhere. I was 4-5 seconds off of P1. And now I'm keeping up with P1, sometimes even quicker than P1. Now, all of this does come at a cost, and that is £110 for a whole year. Which, personally, I don't think it's that bad. I'm spending a lot on tracks and cars and iRacing, so why not spend a wee bit more a month or a year, depending how you want to pay it. And I have optimized setups. I'll have an optimized race line, and overall an optimized experience, which makes it a lot more fun because I can have a lot more battles with people up front and develop a lot more of a driving skill. Now, obviously, this doesn't make you world class. You still have to put the seat time in. But being able to jump in for half an hour before a race, be able to pick up the track and start to learn the optimal race line and then try offline stuff, that works really well for me. Obviously, you still have to put in the time, the reps, the seat time, all of that. just to get more consistent. But this is definitely a way forward, and I'm going to continue to use this throughout possibly my full sim racing journey. Now, I did say I had one more critique about Coach Dave Delta. In ACC, it will automatically change your tyre pressure depending on the temperature of the track. Now, I would love if this was in iRacing, because it would mean that we're not having to try change it or leave it and have cold or hot tyres. I don't know why it's not here. I don't personally know any of the team. I can't ask. But there'll be a reason why it's not here, and I hope it's something that can get added in the future. So, final thoughts, as you'll probably get from the video anyway. I absolutely love Coach Dave Academy. I think it can gain you a lot of time. And personally, it is my favourite sim racing app, as it helps me so much more than all the rest. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, hit that like button. Whilst you're at it, subscribe and check out the description. There'll be a link to my other social media. Like, follow, comment. Be very much appreciated. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'll catch you next one. Bye.